Assalamualaikum, I'm Dr. Junaid Jahangir Abbasi. Today I'm going to do a short case. He's a 10-year-old boy and my command is to do gate examination in the relevant. So first of all, I will do introduction, consent and greeting. Assalamualaikum, मेरा नाम डॉक्टर जुनैद है. आपका नाम क्या है? अब्दुल्ला. कौन सी क्लास में पढ़ते हैं? 3. After that, I will do a 30-second inspection, journal inspection for 30 seconds in which I will look from head to toe for any abnormal movements, for the facial features, any dysmorphic features. Is he looking into my eyes? Is he responding? Any obvious distension, any obvious edema, any obvious rash, any obvious scar marks, obvious build, any obvious muscle wasting, etc. Then, as my command is to gate examination, beta chal ke dikhaएं. First of all, the normal walk. चलें. Is having whirling gait with a tiptoe walking. बेटा अब अपने हील्स पे चल के दिखाएं. हील्स पे चल के दिखाएं. शाबाश. अब बेटा इधर पांव को बाहर करके चलें. शाबाश. अब पांव को अंदर करके चलें. पांव को अंदर रख के चलें. अब वापस आए. सीधी लाइन पे चल के दिखाएं. स्ट्रेट लाइन पे चल के दिखाएं. So he can walk well on a straight line. There is no element of ataxia. अब भाग के दिखाएं. भाग के आए. He has a slight difficulty in running. अब बेटा आपने एक पांव पे खड़े होकर दिखाएं. खड़े हो एक पांव पे. अब दूसरे पांव पे खड़े हो. अब जंप कर एक पांव पे जंप करके दिखाएं. अब दूसरे पांव पे जंप करके दिखाएं. So he has slight difficulty in jumping as well and in running as well. अब बेटा नीचे की तरफ अपने बैठ जाएं. नीचे बैठ जाएं. अब खड़े होकर दिखाएं. So he has difficulty in standing up. The gower is positive and I will look for the spine. The gower is weakly positive. In the spine, I will look for scoliosis and he has a lordotic posture with the lumbar scoliosis. So after doing the gait, gower and the spine, I will keep certain differentials at the back of my mind and my rest of the examination will be according to these differentials. Having seen a tiptoe walking with a whirling gait, a positive gower and lordotic posture with scoliosis in the lumbar area, I will keep muscular dystrophy as my first differential, congenital myotonic dystrophy as second differential, SMA type 3 down the list, myopathies and myotonia congenita as well. So I will look for the pseudo hypertrophy of the calf muscles in this patient, and it is a classical pseudo hypertrophy of the calf muscles. I will see the pseudo hypertrophy in the forearm muscles and then in the tongue. So the tongue muscles are also slightly thick. The forearm muscles are also bulky, although the highest pseudo hypertrophy is present in the calf muscles. Now I will look the motor examination in the lower limbs, motor examination in the upper limbs, and the rest of the relevant examination. That job. ये टांग ऊपर उठाओ. अब दूसरी टांग ऊपर उठाओ. शाबाश. अब उठा के दिखाओ. So you can see the power is less. Power is 4/5 in the both lower limbs. Now I will see the tone. There is hypotonia. Now the reflexes. In the lower limbs, the power is 4/5. There is hypotonia and the reflexes are diminished. In both muscular dystrophy and the myopathy, there is hypotonia, but we expect hypotonia more in myopathy. Reflexes are important because in muscular dystrophies, reflexes may be preserved till the later stages, but in neuropathy like SMA, reflexes will be absent. I will do the same motor examination in the upper limbs as well, and then I will look for the sensations, the sensation of pain and touch, because neuropathy may have a loss of sensations, whereas dystrophy do not have the loss of sensations. Then I will look at the face of patient. I will look for the frontal baldness, ptosis in the eyes, cataract in the eyes, the facial features of myopathy, myopathic faces, mukholo, fasciculations in the tongue, first with the tongue inside the mouth and then with the tongue outside the mouth. Zuban bahar nikalein. Why? Because frontal baldness, cataract, ptosis, and myopathic faces can be present in myotonic dystrophy. However, the extraocular muscles are not involved in Duchenne muscular dystrophy. I repeat, ptosis can be present in congenital myotonic dystrophy, but the extraocular muscles will not be involved in Duchenne muscular dystrophy. Then I will shake hand with the patient, haath milaye, and I will see the delayed release of GRAS. The delayed release of GRAS is also a feature of congenital myotonic dystrophy. After that, I will check for the apex beat. The apex beat is displaced if there is cardiomyopathy. Both Duchenne muscular dystrophy and congenital myotonic dystrophy can have cardiomyopathy. After that, I will cover the patient and say, thank you so much. Now, I would like to narrate my case. I have examined a 10-year-old boy who was conscious and cooperative during my examination. He has an obvious waddling gait with a tiptoe walk and a lordotic posture with lumbar scoliosis. The Gower was positive and there is classical pseudo-hypertrophy of the calf muscles. Keeping these features in my mind, I will keep Duchenne muscular dystrophy as my first differential, Becker's muscular dystrophy as my second differential, and congenital myotonic dystrophy as my third differential. Thank you so much.